we go. All right. All right. Let me see here. What the hell? I was just say hour. Okay, I think it's live. All right, so Shalom, first and foremost. I want to give all. Uh-oh. All right. Let me see. What the hell? Okay, yeah. So like, let me close this. Too much stuff. So Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's the brother Azariah here with the Pittsburgh GMS camp. I just wanted to do a late night quick hit. Okay, going into this topic. Let's see here. I'm gonna probably just leave that up right there. All right. So basically, as you can see in the title, it says, "What part of scattered don't you understand?" This is a lightweight response to just everything going on with Vocab Malone. We kind of went into this topic briefly of reincarnation, and also we had a guy come up to the camp basically, and he was on that typical stuff of Christians, so-called Christians, where they believe that all nations literally means heathen nations have been involved, okay, in salvation, which we know not to be true. And I just want to get a few quick precepts, and just kind of land back on everybody's responses, and just go on this topic real quick. And I'll try to make it quick, unless the Spirit guides me to do something else. So I'm gonna get the first precept, which is gonna be Luke 21. All right, Luke 21, and starting at verse 24, it says, "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled." So this was Yahweh Shai speaking, okay, and warning people of what was coming. He was warning people of 70 AD, okay, which is what's going on right here when it's talking about Jerusalem can pass with armies and flee into the mountains. That's speaking of 70 AD. He was warning people, what to do when the abomination that make them desolate, which was Antiochus Epiphanes, just the Greeks, okay, and the atrocities that they was doing when they sacked the temple and they did all these things, okay, the abomination that make them desolate. Well, that's E right there, basically. It's Esau, but there was a lot of things that happened during the time of Antiochus where he made them to sacrifice swine's flesh in the Most High's holy places and so on and so forth. So that's what that's referring to, the abomination that make it desolate. Okay, but anyway, moving on. Okay, so that's what Yahweh Shai said was going to happen to them. It said that they would be led away captive into all nations. Okay, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So that's what happened to us. Okay, as a nation of people, we were carried off into all nations to serve captivity. It's pretty simple. Let's get James 1:1. Matter of fact, I do want to get this word too. I want to get the word scattered. Okay. We can even get it in the blue letter. Okay. 1680s from medieval Latin sporadicus. Oh, Salakia. I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, Salakia. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less, which will cause buffering. The current keyframe frequency, 4 seconds of less or less. How do I do that? Keyframe frequency. I don't know how to change that. Hold on, I may have to. Let me see if I can change it in the app. Boom. Stream settings. Keyframe frequency. Okay, I'm about to pause this some kind of way. Try this again. All right, let me see. Is it working now? Some kind of way. Try this again. All right, let me see. I think it might be working. I don't know, but Salakia, it just tripping, man. Hold on. All right, there you go. Get out the way. Calm your ass down, man. All right, so sporadic. 1680s from medieval Latin sporadicus, scattered. From Greek sporadikos, scattered. From sporus, scattered, dispersed. Originally a medical term occurring in scattered instances, related entities, and more. Okay. I didn't even type sporadic. I typed scattered. Only thing that comes up is scattered. Let's get dispersed. Oops. Disperse. To scatter, separate, and send off or drive in different directions. Okay, so now that makes me want to get this other one. John 7. Okay. And verse 32. The Pharisees heard that the people murmured such things concerning him, and the Pharisees and the chief priests sent officers to take him, speaking of Yahushua. Then said Yahushua unto them, Yet a little while am I with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. Ye shall seek me, and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come. Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles, and teach the Gentiles? So when you look at the word disperse, it says to scatter, separate, and send off or drive in different directions. So they were sent out. We were sent off in different directions among the Gentiles. Okay. So let's get another precept. I'm gonna go also to the book of James. You know, I was having some issues here. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the stream or not, but I may just have to do a lesson on this as well. James. James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Scattered abroad. Okay, that's the point. So we were scattered abroad. The 12 tribes were scattered. You know, it's not that hard to understand. Plain. Acts. What the heck? Acts 2:5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. So this was the time of Pentecost, okay? And everybody gathered in one accord in one place, okay? And It's telling you how many people came to Jerusalem. It's talking about all the people that came to Jerusalem. Verse 5 says, and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. So the Jews out of these different nations were gathered in Jerusalem. These Jews lived amongst these heathens in these different nations, but they gathered for the holy feast or the holy convocation of Pentecost. Okay. And these were the places that they came from. At verse 9, it tells you they were Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia, in Pontus and Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, Egypt, and the parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes. Okay, so these weren't talking about people of other nations. They were talking about Israelites who were being called after the places where they lived. They were being called Romans, just like Paul was called a Roman citizen, but he was actually from the tribe of Benjamin. You see? Strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongue the wonderful works of the Most High. But they were Israelites that were scattered, like we read in the other one, where he preached to the dispersed among the Gentiles. Okay? It's not that hard to understand. I'm going to start at Luke. We go to Luke now. And like I said, it's supposed to be a quick hit, so it wasn't doing what I wanted it to in the beginning though. So I'm going to check it out. Luke 1. We go down to 68. Blessed be the most high power of Israel, for he have visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. So you got to understand something. This book is for the Israelites. This book is for the people of the Most High, which are the Israelites. Okay. Verse 70, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Okay. That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. And like that precept we read, Yahushua said they will be trodden under the foot of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Well, that time isn't over yet. Verse 72, because Israel, those people over there in Israel, they don't rule the world, you know, and albeit maybe from in secret. But if you rule the world, you don't need the backing of someone else to establish you as a city state. That don't work like that when you rule the world. Ain't nobody gonna have to establish the land of Israel but Yahushua the Messiah. You see, we ain't gonna need U.S. approval or no other city, place, state's approval to establish Israel. You know, New Jerusalem. It ain't gonna happen like that. Okay, to perform the mercy promise. So back in Luke chapter 1 and 72, to perform the mercy promise to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant. Who? This covenant with Abraham, that his seed, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is who the covenant fell upon. That's who's the seed of Jacob is going to be blessed. The oath which he sware unto our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies might serve him without fear. You see? Okay, let me see. There's some in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our lives. Okay. Then I just had one more precept I wanted to get. You know, so it's plain once you understand how to read the scriptures and understand what's really being said. Okay. Yeah. Amos 9 and 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. So he's going to sift out the house of Israel that's among all the different nations. He's going to, you know, Israel has been scattered into all nations. And so he's going to sift to see who are he knows who the elect are, but it's just giving you a picture, an image, that all of the elect in these different nations, which are actually from the lineage of Israel, as you see here, they're going to be brought back into the truth For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So we've been scattered into all these nations, and the truth is going out there like a great sifter, and it's picking up all the Israelites, you know, and it's giving them an opportunity to repent. And all the ones who rejected, and all the ones who have not been selected, they have not been made whole by this word, they're going to fall through the cracks. But all the elect, they're going to stay inside of it. And where does it say they are located? Among all nations. Now, like I said, I'm going to have to watch this back. I don't know how good it is. But I'm going to just go ahead and end it there. You know, I pray this was edifying. And, you know, I may have to do another one, like I said. But anyway, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. With that, I want to say shalom.